Have you ever held back your opinion? Not because you didn't know what to say, but because you knew exactly what would happen if you said it. That moment where your mind is clear, your heart is certain, but something inside you says, stay quiet. Not because you're wrong, but because you understand the cost. The truth is, saying what you think has a price, and most people are not really willing to pay it. Because honesty is not just about words. It reveals something deeper. It reveals who you are, your character, your values, your boundaries. And in a world that quietly rewards people for agreeing, for fitting in, for keeping things smooth, truth becomes uncomfortable. Not because it's wrong, but it exposes things people would rather ignore. You don't need to create enemies when you decide to be honest. You just need to stop pretending, stop following the script, stop saying what people expect, and start saying what you actually believe. That's when things change. That's when you start to feel resistance. And here's the hard part. People don't always react to your words. They react to what your words reflect back at them. When you speak honestly, you become a mirror, and not everyone likes what they see. So instead of questioning themselves, they question you. They label you difficult, too direct, too much. But what they're really uncomfortable with is the truth you didn't hide. That's why so many people choose silence, not because they're wise, but because they're afraid. Afraid of losing acceptance, afraid of standing alone, afraid of creating tension. So they start adjusting, little by little. They soften their opinions, they filter their thoughts, they say what's safe instead of what's real. Until one day, they're no longer speaking their truth. They're just maintaining their image. And that feels like peace on the surface, but it's not peace. It's a quiet surrender. Because every time you ignore your own voice, you make it weaker. Every time you choose comfort over truth, you drift a little further away from yourself. And the scary part is, it doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly, silently, in small compromises that feel harmless in the moment, but over time, they add up. And one day, you realize something doesn't feel right anymore. You're accepted, but not real. You're included, but not honest. You're heard, but not understood. And deep down, you know why. Because you stopped being you. Now here's the shift. Speaking clearly doesn't mean attacking people. It doesn't mean being harsh, aggressive, or disrespectful. It means not hiding. It means standing in your truth without needing everyone to agree. And that takes strength. Because when you choose honesty, you also choose uncertainty. Some people will respect you more. Others will distance themselves. Some will understand. Others won't even try. And you have to be okay with that. Because the value of what you believe is not measured by how many people clap for it. It's measured by how firmly you can stand by it, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it costs you something. Because truth has a strange way of working. It doesn't always bring people together. Sometimes it separates, it filters, it reveals who connects with the real you and who was only there for the version of you that was easier to accept. And yes, that can feel lonely, but it's a different kind of loneliness. It's honest, it's clean, it's real. And in that space, you start building something stronger, real relationships, real respect, real self-trust. Because the real danger in life is not conflict, it's avoidance. Avoiding difficult conversations, avoiding uncomfortable truths, avoiding the very things that help you grow. Because every time you stay silent just to keep things smooth, you pay a hidden price. You betray yourself. Not in a dramatic way, but in small, quiet moments. And those moments accumulate. until they become heavier than rejection itself. So in the end, this is not about being rebellious. It's not about trying to prove a point. It's about something much simpler: consistency. Being the same person inside and outside, saying what you believe and living in alignment with it, even when it's not popular, even when it doesn't benefit you immediately. Because popularity fades, approval changes, but self-respect stays. So maybe the real question isn't, will people like what I say? Maybe the real question is, can I respect myself if I don't say it? Because you don't need everyone to agree with you. You don't need everyone to understand you. You don't need everyone to like you. But you do need one thing: do not fail yourself. And once you truly understand that, you stop fearing the cost of truth, and you start fearing the cost of silence.